Welcome to WB Mason Presents the Joe Girardi Show. I'm Meredith Marakovits alongside Joe Girardi. Joe, it's been a pretty exciting week. Oftentimes you hear a lot about the prospects in the minor league system, but it's not always that you see them at the major league level. And you've seen that with a couple of your guys this year, but perhaps none with more fanfare than Luis Severino.
Yeah, he had a lot, and people are very excited about, the possibility of this kid being a big-time pitcher on our rotation for years to come. And he came up and made a start against the Red Sox, threw a pretty good game. Didn't give up many runs, but unfortunately we weren't able to get him a win.
Throughout spring, you had said nothing really phases this guy. I asked you about him prior to the start. You said he just looks fearless on the mound. Is that pretty much what you saw from him in his debut?
I think he's really calm. I think he has a lot of poise out there, and I think he knows what he wants to do with every pitch. He's very comfortable with who he is and understands how to get hitters out, and we saw that.
5 innings pitched, 1 earned run. He did allow a home run, struck out 7 in the process. Not too shabby at all, but for him to give you more length and kind of go to the next step in that regard, what does he need to do? Well,
I just think he has to keep his pitch count down a little bit, and it's a kid that really hasn't been built up to 110, 120 pitches, so it's going to be somewhat difficult. If you can get 6 innings out of him every start, you're going to be pretty pleased.
There are some people that say pitching in New York is just different. Pitching at Yankee Stadium as a New York Yankee, just different. From everything that you've seen from him, does he seem like a guy with the mental makeup that can continue to pitch here and succeed here?
Oh, I think so. I mean, you think about his first start, playing the Boston Red Sox at Yankee Stadium, a sold-out crowd, and he came out through strike after strike after strike. And, we saw one of Boston's young pitchers that struggled his first inning, and then he seemed to lock it down and pitch much better. So it's not easy to do, but he handled it well.
Well, let's take a look back at that first start for Luis Severino and some of the sounds from after the game.
How pleased are you with the way you threw the ball this evening?
¿Cómo te sentiste? ¿Cómo tiraste la pelota hoy?
Bien, sentí muy bien, alegre de estar aquí.
Very happy to be here, and I feel really good.
Were there any nerves early on, especially in that first inning?
Que si estabas un poquito nervioso, especialmente en el primer inning.
No. Entonces, la misma pelota, me sentí igual que cuando estaba en AA.
You say, no, I feel the same way I was in AA and AAA. Same baseball.
You got 7 strikeouts tonight. What were you able to do to hitters that allowed you to get so many swings and misses?
¿Qué fue lo que tú hiciste? Tuviste 7 ponches hoy. ¿Qué fue lo que tú hiciste que pudiste ponchar 7 personas?
Yo solo estaba tratando de sacar abajo.
He said all he did was try to get people out. He didn't try to strike out anybody, just get people out.
And Luis Severino, of course, is just 21 years old. Joe, when you have those expectations on you, and there is a lot of hype, how do you try to live up to those expectations? Does it get to you as a pitcher?
Well, it didn't seem to get to him the other night. He's going to pitch again on Tuesday in Cleveland. So, just go out and try to relax. And we're not expecting you to be the savior or anything like that. Just go out and do your job. And I think he understands that.
Well, there were 2 guys that were watching intently in the studio. That's Bob Lorenz and Jack Curry. They have more on Luis Severino.
All right, thank you. I guess you could say that Luis Severino's debut, highly anticipated, might be an understatement. Did it live up to the hype?
It did, Bob. You saw all the reasons why the Yankees are excited about Severino. We saw that fastball mid to high 90s. He was showing that off in the first inning. We saw his other pitches. We saw his slider and his changeup. But the thing that really impressed me was just how composed he was. The words I used the other night were poised, powerful, precise. I thought he was all 3 of those things to walk into Yankee Stadium right in the middle of a pennant race and pitch as well as he did. Thought he did a really nice job.
Now, he'll make his second start Tuesday against the Cleveland Indians. From what you saw, does that give you any idea of how he might handle that second start?
I think Bobby has to continue doing what he did in his first start. Joe Girardi said that he was going to tell Severino, slow things down, try and enjoy it. You worked hard to get here. Don't forget what you've accomplished to get to this point. So if he walked in at Yankee Stadium with all that was going on in his first start, I don't anticipate him having any trouble in his second start.